Let's talk about old movies.
Okay. So, recently I watched Daimajin. Daimajin? Hold on, what does Google say?
Daimajin.
So recently I watched Daimajin, which is this really old, it's like 1966 kaiju movie about a statue that comes to life and attacks an invading army. And it's not good. Immediately kicking off, I didn't really like it. Now, I'll admit, I'm no connoisseur of kaiju movies. I've seen the popular ones, and that is about it. Right? That's as far as my knowledge goes. I watched this one because I sometimes like to randomly generate something off my Letterboxd watch list, and this came up, and I'm glad I watched it, Because while I think I do want to watch all of all the old kaiju movies, I also really like watching the obscure ones just to say I've seen them. Because I don't even think Daimajin is crossed over with Godzilla or any of that. I think he's just kind of in his own little universe. And that's cool. That's really cool that exists. I could be wrong here. I'm not sure, but that's what I think. So this movie is actually pretty good once the actual Majin, I think he's called in the movie, awakens and actually does stuff. That isn't until the end though. That's probably the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. And this is a long trek to get there. I think the whole movie is an hour 25 or something like that. So there's quite a build up before he actually appears. And that's all human story. And from my understanding, bulk of kaiju movies are human story. The ones I've seen have been human story. All the ones from the past, a bulk of those are human stories. And the human story here is boring. It's serviceable, but it's boring. It gets the job done. It tells the story it needs to tell. However, I didn't find myself invested in it. And I don't think I'm going to care later on, It's not going to remember back on that story fondly. I think it's serviceable. It gets the job done, I wasn't sitting there rolling my eyes the whole time. I was like, okay, this is fine. Pretty generic, but fine. It helps you get to, where the kaiju comes out and stuff happens. But that's about it. Not much else happens. Honestly, I think if you are looking for an obscure kaiju movie to watch, then this is a fine one to check out. I wouldn't go out of my way for it personally, but it's neat that it exists. And it's got 2 sequels, neither of which I've seen. It's a trilogy. This is only the first one. Maybe the others are better. I do not know. But yeah. Really, that's Daimajin. I don't have too much to say on it. I was not a fan. If you saw my Letterboxd review, I think that pretty accurately, describes my thoughts on it. I don't know. Go watch another kaiju movie. There are a ton of great ones out there. Ton of bad ones, from my understanding too, but a ton of great ones. And maybe if you're really desperate to find one to watch, there's always Daimajin. All right. Thanks for watching, and keep doing stuff.